Hey everyone, it's Tom from the Doctors Collective here, and today we're talking about for doctors why you don't need an expensive website, because the way people are using the internet has changed, and you need to be aware of these changes. So if you're a doctor, you're in business, or you're looking to get into it and you're looking to create a website, or you have one, you want to make the most of it, then this is for you. Now, before we jump into it, I want to let you know if you like what we talk about and you want to know more about how it can apply to you and your business, then go to the link that's around this video to have a chat with the team, and we'll get on a call and have a conversation about how you can apply these things in your business to see the growth that you've been after. But let's jump into it, because I was speaking to a few private clients of ours who are doctors in business, and some of them have websites and some of them don't. And they're like, should I have one? How much should I pay? How important is a website these days? And, the way that I explain that to them is I kind of take a step back to how people use the internet these days, and how they live online. And because explaining that will show you that an expensive website is often a waste of money. And if it is useful, it's useful for capturing, or it's part of a strategy that where the main bit is missing. Okay. And so if you've already got a website and you're seeing some clients come through, then well done, that's awesome. But there is a missing chunk there that can see you getting more of the right patients and clients to you for a better return and much less money and headache putting into it. So listen carefully, because this is going to be very different to what you've probably heard about the internet and things, because a lot of doctors kind of have been taken for a ride because they don't naturally know what to do with the internet and how to really make the most of it. And as a result, there are people who kind of take advantage of that, I feel. And may not have your best interests at heart. They throw around terms like SEO and expensive websites and things like that to try and get your business, but the truth is you don't really need it. So let's talk about that. All right. So the way that most people use the internet these days is they don't go on Google looking for websites or random websites. They do eventually, but the way they spend most of their time and the way they use the internet is that they're browsing, right? They're browsing social media. They're on YouTube. The vast majority of people who are on the internet are either on YouTube or on a social media platform and checking their emails, right? So they're using these different platforms. And then if they have discovered that they have a problem or they want a solution to something, then they might go looking for it. Right? And that's when people kind of go to Google, they start searching for key terms, and then they start comparing the people who turn up. So some of the people I've spoken to have told me, hey, we've got a website, it gets us we get a lot of clients through there. Great. The problem with that is that by the time they've hit your website, they've been on Google, they're comparing you to everybody else at that point. You've become a commodity, and your expensive website is only adding to you becoming a commodity, because most of the websites, frankly, are very similar. And people tell me, yes, but we've got a different branding. We make ours quite unique and different. And I get that. The problem with that is that most people are doing that. They have fancy brandings and websites and photos, and it all becomes very similar. And and the problem isn't really the website, it's that the website is down the track of this of an effective strategy to get the right clients. It's already almost like the last step. Okay, and the first few steps are what most doctors in business are completely missing out on. And these first few steps is where all the money is to be made, where nobody else is going there because they don't know how, right? And so looking at how people use the internet will help us to understand that, because these first few steps are things like Facebook and social media and the internet and the emails and YouTube. And I don't mean just being there and posting before and afters or doing things the same way that everybody else is. Okay, if you have a look at the way you get clients, it'll probably be through the website and probably some through social media. But are you getting the right ones? Are you getting the exact ones that you want and an endless stream of them? Or is it a whole bunch of tire kickers, which then you have to personally sift through, where they call the office and they waste a lot of time trying to figure out who's right and who's not? Or they come in and see you, or they're hitting your website, or they're clicking your ads and you're charging you for it, and you're spending a lot of money on that. So instead, what we need to do is go a few more steps in front of that website and go out to people. Go to your ideal client, identify who those are, and then through the targeting features of the different marketing platforms on the internet, pinpoint them and then craft a message that speaks exactly to them. Now, I don't mean, hey, for example, if you're in cosmetics, it's not, hey, do you want more confidence and feel good and feel better about yourself, which is a legitimate message. The problem with that is that everybody's doing that. Everyone's going the whole, feel good angle, be confident angle, or quite often it's the same. Most doctors are doing that same thing. Or they're saying, hey, I've been the local GP for the last 25 years. We're reliable. Come and see us. Same message for most people. So we want to change that message. And the way we do it is we stop thinking about ourselves and what we can offer and start focusing on the client and what they need, the conversation that's going on in their head. What are their fears, their doubts, their worries, their dreams, their concerns? What are they thinking about? What's the conversation in their head that's related to your topic? Right? So what are the concerns that they're having? For example, if you're in burnout, if you're helping doctors to get, let's go with doctors. You're helping doctors get through burnout. A lot of people are saying, are you burnt out? Which is, again, it's way too far into the strategy. We'll want to take a few steps forward and say, are you feeling like your energy is lower? You're feeling really cranky and crabby and snappy. Things are taking a lot more effort than they used to, and you're not as enthusiastic about the job as you used to be. And you're starting to wonder if you're in the right place, whether you need to change jobs. Is it the job, or is it you, or is it just the whole industry? And you're having difficulties at home in your relationships, your health is failing, and you're looking to change things up. If that's you, then click here. Right? Can you see how that message is completely different to, are you burnt out? Do you want help with your burnout? It's way down the track. We want to go further and connect with the conversation people are having in their minds and their hearts, the problems that they're experiencing, so that we can get in front of everyone, but also stand out. Be the obvious choice that way. Because if you can do that, people hear that from you. They're like, holy crap, this person knows what I'm going through. They could help me. And if you can put that message on your website, it'll improve your website dramatically. You'll get more of the right people in there. It'll get rid of a lot of the tire kickers, but we want to go before the website so that, we can even cut the website out completely. Right? For a lot of the businesses that we've run, we didn't even have a website before we got started. We had maybe just a simple WordPress one that we put up in a couple of hours or a couple of minutes. That was just there that said that we existed. And then everything else was done through more effective and cheaper platforms and methods. So you don't have to spend $10,000 or more on a website, where instead you can use that money. You can spend $400 to get an easy website put up and spend the other $9,000 on effective marketing to get more of the right people in the door. So if that sounds interesting to you, if you want to know more about how to actually apply that to your unique situation, then click the link around this video to have a chat with us. We'll get you on the phone, have a conversation about the business you're in, what you're hoping to achieve. If we can help you, great. If not, then that's okay too. But you'll come away with it with a lot of clarity as to how this stuff applies to you. So go ahead and do that now. And otherwise, all the best. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you next time.